So we're getting ready to paint a front door, and we don't want to leave, this door, this opening open all day long. Flies are going to come in, heat or cool is going to go in or out. We don't want to do that, so we're using double-sided tape. I remove the front door using, if you don't have this tool, you definitely need to get this tool. So a hinge pin remover, spring tool, hinge pin remover, this little tool right here. So that thing, removing hinge pins is simple and easy with that. And you're not gonna damage the trim, not gonna damage the door. I remove the handle on the door. This knob, right? Typically, sometimes I remove the handle, sometimes I don't. Now, if it's an old handle, we've removed old handles before, and the internal components fell apart, and then it becomes our responsibility. We have to replace it. Sometimes it could become a large expense. It's always best to paint behind lights, behind doorknobs, stuff like that, because if the customer ever changes us out, then the old color will be behind there, and it's really difficult to touch up. This knob right here, I began to remove it. It's a security lock, and it had some components on the other side that lended it to not being removed. So I'm not going to remove that. We remove the weather strip on the bottom. We don't want to paint that. It's easy to remove. I'm going to be sanding it lightly. We've got some type of adhesive on the bottom here. I need to clean that off. We're masking the glass. We're going to be masking off the door. And on the front doors, we only spray the face of the door. We don't spray the sides of the door. So if I remove the doorknob, I'll remove the plunger. So that comes out, simply and easily. Light sand, light clean, and we'll get ready to spray it. We're going to be showing you the spraying process. I typically spray with an airless sprayer, a 310 tip. This side of the door, which the door, when you open, it's exposed to the front. It's got overspray all over the hinges, from the previous painters and stuff. We're just gonna mask right over that, and we'll only be spraying the face. See if that'll work. Yeah, so the acetone is taking it right off, whatever it is. So I'm gonna get my door light sand with my EcoSand 3x4 sander. Don't want to touch this doorknob that we can't remove because you just end up scratching it. Use a 1/2-inch sponge because it'll sand these contours really easily, fast and easy. So my sanded with my 3x4 sander. I'm just gonna dust my door off, and I'm gonna mask the glass off with frog tape. Get this cleaned off really well, then I'll wipe it with a rag before spraying it. Don't want any dust particles on it. Just dust it really good. Just using stiff duster brush. This is where it's gonna be essential to have a knife. Sharp knife to cut your edges. I don't want to get onto the white, because if I get onto the white, when I pull my masking, you're gonna see white. So I'm gonna make sure none of my masking is touching the white door. It's gonna be literally just a hairline above that. Now I'm just gonna take this. So I'm gonna take my masking now, go around edge just like this. So again, I'm using frog tape because I don't want anything to bleed underneath this tape. Now what happens if there's any slight wind, that's where this could whip up, hit the top of your door. So I'm always going to tack this down so it doesn't blow up. So now I got to my door shot. So always the hope is shooting the door one and done. I've had leaves fall on it, cottonwood trees, cotton, fall on a door, a beetle get on it and walk all over it and leave his footprints. That's happened many times in my career. Always keep tweezers with you. Tweezers will be your best friend when spraying a door. So I'm gonna inspect it really close to make sure I don't need to do a second coat. Once I know I'm not gonna have to two coat it, I'm gonna pull the masking and we'll be good to go. Typically what I do is I'll move it out into the sun and that will flash dry it like really fast. Boise State, Boise, Boise. So a simple little tip when it comes to removing masking in a lot of situations, you'll get paint bridging from your masking to your surface or substrate, whatever you've painted. If you just pull this off, it could bridge in some certain areas and then it'll peel off the paint onto the area you don't want it to come off of the substrate. So I'm gonna score it. I'm gonna use super sharp knife, brand new blade on a 2-edge knife. I'm gonna score everything first before I start peeling it off. Just take your time, score it slowly, and then begin peeling your masking. If you don't do this, you could run into some disaster. That'll be difficult to touch up. Now I'm just gonna use my 2-edge knife to start a corner. And it should come off mostly in one piece. Comes off way faster than it's put on. We don't remove this when the door is wet. It's too risky. We do remove everything else. What you don't want to do is touch this door either. Make sure if you touch the door with your hands are washed and cleaned because it's dry but not clear. So there it is. Door's back up. Be putting on the handle later, putting the weather strips back in. Blue door.